Hi, this is Bob from Hobby Concepts, and today I'm going to talk about how to do a wiring plug between the body and the chassis on Tamiya semi-trucks. Now, I do this on all my trucks lately, and that's to have a plug so I can unplug the body from the chassis, so when I'm working on the chassis I can get the body out of the way or vice versa. It's a super easy thing to do. You can do it whether you're using a Tamiya MFC or a buyer system or basically anything else. And having a plug just makes it so much nicer to work on the body. So I'll show you how I do it. I'll show you the kit that I use. I'll give you a link to Amazon to get the kit. It's just super slick. I think you'll really like this, and plus you can use these plugs for other things like plugging into a trailer or having anything else unplugged. So this is a good one. Let's get started. So here is what I'm talking about when I talk about plugs to the bodies. Now, I've gotten better at this because I build so many trucks and I've run into so many different things that I like to be able to remove the body and take it away from the truck. Okay, so I like to be able to have the truck where I can work on it and use it and not have the body hooked to it at all. So what that means is I have to be able to take the wires from the body and plug them into the truck with a plug so I can take the body off. Now, this body has a light bar. We just did a video on that, and obviously it plugs in here. Okay, so that's great. I can unplug the light bar and move the body away. But now here I've got 6 wires that hook into here. Now, even if I use this plug on the Buyer MSM unit, if I unplug it, you can see that not all the wires would come apart. So I need to have a separate plug to be able to plug and unplug the body. Now, you can do this with any kind of wiring. If you've got a Tamiya MFC unit, if you've got a Buyer unit, if you've got any kind of unit, I absolutely, from now on, am putting a separate plug in the body so I can get it away from the chassis. Alright, so this video is going to be about how to do this, and what I use is this cool little kit that I got on Amazon, and it's completely awesome. It's very inexpensive. I will put a link down in the description to this kit. So you can see that they give you a whole bunch of different plugs. Matter of fact, the kit even comes with a pair of tweezers right here, like this. It comes with pre-crimped wires and various plugs. So you've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pin plugs. Now I'm going to use the 6 pin plugs, so I'm going to use these 2 right here because I've got 6 wires. So the way I do this is I jot down the wires that are coming from my body. So you can see that I've got green is right turn, yellow is left turn, blue is headlights, red's high beams, gray are the roof lights, and black is the common. And we're using a Buyer system, so it has positive ground. So what I need to do is put these 6 wires into a plug and then take the other wires from the truck and put those into a plug. So what I've done is I've pulled out 6 different colored wires from this little package, and those will be the wires I will put into the plug. Now, the cool part about this is they have a pre-crimped connector on each end. One end is a male and one end is a female. The male end fits into this plug here, and it has a little latch on it. So you just slide it in this way, and it'll slide in and it'll latch. And now you can see there's a little pin right here. Maybe you can see it. There's a little pin sticking up. So we just put the black wire in. So now I'm going to take the, my headlights are the blue wire, so we'll take the blue wire. Oops, that pin got bent over. and we'll put the blue one in. And just like a servo plug or any other kind of plug, you can lift the little tab here with the tip of a knife if you want to pull the wire back out. Okay, so I'm going to put the rest of the wires in. So you can see here I've got my 6 colored wires in here, and what I will do is solder those to the wires coming from my truck, and I'll have this nice plug here. But what about the other end? Okay, the other end is keyed so it only fits one direction, and remember these have got an already done connector on the other end. So what we need to do is cut these in half. I should cut them a little shorter on this side. Woohoo! Okay. And now, this connector, we obviously want to put the black wire in with the black wire. And the order you put these doesn't matter, of course. And it has the little tabs here. So we put this in, so the little tab grabs it, and boom. Now when we plug this in, we've got our wire going through the plug. And we can do the same thing with the blue ones next. How slick are these little connectors? This whole box was like 10 bucks. If you just use one connector, you just paid for it. Okay, so now I've got the blue one and the black one, and I will go ahead and put the rest of these in, and then I will show you how I solder this all together. I've soldered one wire on here, and basically I just do it, and I've showed how I solder quite a bit. The kit actually comes with a bunch of little pieces of shrink tube, so I'm using their shrink tube, and I will just continue to solder these together. And get my plug wired up. So there's a couple of them. I'll go ahead and finish up these wires. So there's my finished wiring and plug. Pretty simple. So now I've just got these 2 plugs, and I can remove my body and set it aside when I'm working on my truck. That's just fantastic. These really look professional and they're easy to do. Now this end, it's keyed so it only fits one direction. And you can see that my wires all flow through and they're color coded. So the next thing we're going to do is solder this to the truck. And I will move a few things around and we'll do that. Now I just have to put the truck end on, so we'll do the same. We'll do it the same way. I just gotta solder these wires together. Put a piece of shrink wrap over them, and we'll get this plug hooked up here. Now my color codes don't necessarily match, so I've made notes here with the color codes on the truck. So for example, let's see here, on the plug number 1 is the headlights. Number 1 is the brown one. And on the plug that goes to the body, the headlights are blue. So in this case, I'm going to hook brown to blue. So I'll go ahead and hook these up. Okay, so here's my plug, all done, ready to plug into the body. This is the plug that goes into the MSM. You can see a couple of the wires had to tie together, the turn signals, because there's turn signals in the body and turn signals in the chassis. This just plugs in here, and now I have this nice plug that I can plug into my body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tie wraps and kind of clean this up. I actually have 2 plugs. See, I have the plug for the body here, the plug for the light bar here, and now I can run my chassis and remove my body. So let me tie up a few wires and we'll plug in the body and see if it works. So I've got my body plugged in. You can see my nice wiring with my plug right there. And of course I have my light bar plugged in, so now everything should work. So I should have headlights and I should have high beams. Yep, those are working. I should have roof lights. Those are working, and I should have marker lights. And those are working. And then our turn signals. And I already checked, and the turn signals on the back bumper match. So my plug worked. So now I can unplug the body to work on the truck, or plug it in to work on the truck. It's just the way to go, because you can, like I said, I can just unplug 2 plugs. And then the body is separate. And that makes it so much easier to work on your truck. It actually makes it easier to clean up the wiring inside the body. So there you go, that's how I do it. Now remember, this little kit, I will put a link down in the description. So go down to the description and you can see it. I think it's about $10 on Amazon. And I've used it a bunch, and it still has just tons of stuff in it. So great value, and it works really good, and the plugs look great. So anyway, there you go. Well, guys, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps with the YouTube rankings. And then I'm going to I've got one more short video I'm going to do with this same truck, and that's how to install a headache rack. So I'll have a bunch of videos off this. How to do the motorized coupler, how to do the taillight modification, how to do the marker lights on the bumpers, how to do the dual headlights, how to do the light bar, and then how to do a headache rack, which will be coming up in another video. And then after that, I will do a video that shows the whole truck, all done with all these different little hop-ups, whatever you want to call them, modifications that really are all pretty easy to do and make the truck just super cool. So anyway, thumbs up. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.